Hey everyone, today I am unboxing my Spellbinders Wax Seal Kit. I have seen these used by many other creators and I thought I would get myself one and a few of the little extras to go with it, and I intend on trying it out and then creating some videos with some really interesting cards using the wax seals. You can see here that I also have the die that does, I guess, like the fake string that goes behind the seal. And I thought that would be really, really good to use because I bulk make cards, and fiddling around with string, I'm sure, is going to take a lot more time to create a card. So that was one of the extras that I got. Now, in terms of the way that I approach a really small starter kit, there are so many options with the colors and things for the wax itself, and there are so many different wax seals. I decided to get myself a couple of the multi-packs of the colors, and then I'm using a little tray here that is, I can't remember the name of the brand, but I'm holding down the little tab at the end that allows me to open up the little sections. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to split up all of the different colors in the packs and put them in their own individual little module in this little storage solution here. I figured that's a really good way for me to be able to use them as originally intended, which is as a little bit of a mixable when you create your little wax seal, or I can use them as individual colors and then stretch them a little further. As I mentioned earlier, the teal is my favorite, and you can see it's nice and shimmery. So all of that is now loaded into my container and I am all prepped and good to go. I did have two of the teal slots, but everything fitted absolutely perfectly into this container. So I have not used it in a really long time. I had it in my stash. I always put aside all of my spare bits and pieces because I figure at some point it might come in handy. So this one is certainly going to make sure that if I drop it or knock it off my desk or something like that, those little sections are going to stay nice and well sealed, which is, I think, going to be really helpful. In terms of the seals themselves, here I have the mandala thanks. I've got this gorgeous happy birthday with the flowers. And then this next one here is a little bit different. It's an oval shape and it just has a standard hello. The packaging for the kit itself is absolutely gorgeous. The weight of the box is really solid, and I know that when I store things in this box ongoing, it's not going to get damaged and fall apart or deteriorate over time, which I think is really nice because the actual bits and pieces of the kit are in some really good packaging inside, and it just means I can put this on my shelf, and when I want to create some wax seals, I can just open it up and use it straight away. The little drawer here, when you pull it out, is a little stiff initially, but for me it wasn't too bad. Once I slid it out and I was able to pull out the key little bits and pieces, it seemed to go back in much easier the second time. Now here is the little, I guess, rubber mat. This is heat proof, so you put this on your surface and it will protect your surface from any of the work that you're doing to create the actual seals themselves. And when you pour the wax out, it dries nice and flat with that surface as the backing layer. Now, I didn't really know what to expect because I haven't really watched many videos of people doing wax seals, but the concept is quite straightforward. You have the little base here, and then you have the little pouring tool that heats up over a naked flame, and so you do need to have your own tea light to be able to create your first set of seals. And it does come with a seal in it, I forgot to mention that, and some of these gold really, really bright gold beads. So they are the same color that I have in the kit that came in the teal mixed pack. And so for a moment there, I was thinking, will I pour them all in and store everything in this storage container? But then I realized they weren't all going to fit. So it's probably a nice idea just to leave this little plastic container inside my wax seal kit itself. And then if I ever need to create something super quickly, I can use that gold color as a fallback. Given that I had all of my supplies out, I thought I would give it a go straight away. So I have my tea light here with the little contraption or the bracket that goes above it, and I have everything surrounding me. What I did learn is don't do what I did just then and put the tea light directly onto your grid mat or your work surface. It gets very hot because it's a candle and I didn't put anything under it, which is a little bit silly. So it did warm up my mat a lot. So you should definitely put something under it and then perhaps even put it onto the heat-proof silicone. That would be a much more sensible idea. Now I used my little die pick to swirl up the different little wax beads, just to make sure that it was nice and smooth and melted. Sometimes it's hard to tell because the little beads hold their shape. And then I've loaded in a couple more. I think you start with 4 and then you load in 3 each time. And then I have a couple of different little wax seal designs here, and I'm just doing a couple of them at a time. So I'm just reloading the little thing each time, popping 3 in, letting it melt. And then when you put these seals on, you don't press them in, you just place them on top. And just the weight of the metal is enough to create the indentation. If you push it, you'll move all the wax out of the way and you will not have a good outcome. I did try my oval-shaped hello, and so you can see there I've deliberately tried to put the wax down in more of an oval shape than a circle. And I didn't quite get the design perfect at the beginning, but I do think that's part of this whole project, is you don't have to have them look exactly perfect. If you were going to do that, you could probably buy some pre-done wax seals. These ones have a whole unique look to each one because they're all created uniquely and manually. While I was getting used to this, I did just use the gold beads. So I did, I don't know, half a dozen, maybe 8 or 9 in just the straight up gold. And then I thought I will muck around with the colors that I had selected by adding in just a little bit of the teal to the gold and then letting that melt. So I did 2 teal and 1 gold. And then I didn't mix it up. I just poured it straight out to see what would happen. And I don't know, I think if you mixed it up too much, the colors would blend a lot together. And with that one, I ended up with a lot of teal and only a little bit of the gold showing. And then with this one, you can see that that teal is overpowering the gold as well. So I tried a couple of different combinations. I put in some of the lighter teal, some of the darker teal. And as long as I was using colors that would work together, each of the seals came out quite unique, and I was very happy with all of the results. Earlier in the video, I showed you that I had purchased a die that looked like string. In the end, I decided not to use that for my first project. In the end, I used a backing panel, not a backing panel, some cards that I had created but not completed. So I had these in my stash, some are pink and some are teal, and I thought if I use some stacked up white dies using these foliage with the sticks, they would be absolutely perfect to put on the front, similar to this but with the wax seal. And I decided again not to use that string die in the background. So you will see here shortly, I am gluing together the multiple of the dies and stacking them up. I've just used thick white cardstock, and I decided to use a sponge dauber and some liquid glue to put these together, and it worked okay. I also did it with using my fine point Barely Art glue and just doing it freehand, and both of them worked okay. So whatever works for you with fiddly dies, you can actually die cut the cardstock with double-sided tape behind it or double-sided adhesive pages, but those are pretty expensive. So I just like to do it this manual way, and they stay nice and tightly glued, so it works out just fine in the end. The dauber itself, I've got a few of those, so I don't mind throwing it out, or you can wash it and use it next time. And I'd probably recommend just putting it aside and using it for glue as opposed to using it for dye inks as well. You don't want to wreck your ink pads. I really just die cut as many as I had the patience to do at the time. I'm not a huge fan of die cutting. I get very bored. And I also find that after a while the cardstock starts to stick into the die, and so that gets me frustrated. So I did as many as I could stomach that made me feel like I was going to be able to do a decent amount of cards, knowing that I would stack them up 3 wide, or 3 high. So it turned out pretty well in the end. Now these are the cards that I was mentioning before, so they are incomplete. I have created them out of some bulk pattern paper that I had, and they were sitting in my stash. And you can see there that I'd put a circle sentiment on one of them. And then I was trying to figure out, would this work on the pink? And in the end, I decided that the pattern paper behind was way too busy. So that meant I was left with the teal, and the teal is perfect because that was one of the main colors that I used when I was creating my little wax seals. And you can see here some of the wax seals have quite a bit of pink or burgundy in it as well. So I did create a bunch more off camera. Now with these, they do look best if you can highlight the sentiment by doing an overlay with a metallic marker. I'm not sure if you can tell that a couple of those ones there on my desk, you can actually read the sentiment quite well. And that's because I've used either a silver, gold or black paint marker to go gently over the top so that where it's nice and raised up, it contrasts to the background. With some of these, they don't actually have a sentiment as part of them, they just have a design. And so for those ones, I actually decided to add a sentiment to the card in addition to the wax seal, and that's okay, that worked out perfectly also. The trick is not to have two sentiments on the same card, so I was just paying attention to what I was doing and matching up which ones would work well together. If you're enjoying the video, it'd be fantastic if you could hit the like button. That is how YouTube knows that you've enjoyed it, and they will then share it with additional viewers. So thank you in advance for that. I'd also love to know if you have tried creating your own wax seals and if you have any hints and tips beyond what I have discovered in my first go at doing it. I definitely welcome those hints and tips because it will be something that I will definitely do again. I have put another video here that I think you might enjoy. Have a great day.